Okay, so what I have here is a shelf of F units. As you can see, I have quite a few of them, and I like them because they were iconic in North American Railway in the diesel era. So what I have here is an Intermountain F7. I got some good detail on it. This one already has a soundtracks decoder on it, as DCC, obviously. This pair over here, one of my favorites again because I'm a fan of Southern Pacific. As you can see, this pair is an Adrian Genesis pair, A and B units. Lots of detail on them. I find them very well built. And they both have DCC sound, and they are soundtracks modules on them. And I typically also use these two locomotives to run these passenger cars. All right, and what you're seeing here is a pair of, again, Southern Pacific, but this is a daylight scheme. These are Bachmann Spectrums, and it did suffer from the gear wheel problem on this one as well, but I was able to, I've fixed them all up now and they run very well. They're both powered, both A and B are powered, and they're very heavy locomotives. And I run these quite often with these same Southern Pacific daylight cars. Okay, this is a Northcott F7, all axle drive, very heavy locomotive, but I don't have really too much I can run with this cat locomotive, so I just put on the layout every so often. This one here is one of my favorites. This is again, why? Because it's a Ontario Northland, and it's an Adrian Genesis F7, DCC soundtracks decoder on it. Runs extremely well. And these two are a pair of lifelike F3s, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong here. But these two, they run really well for lifelikes. They both have canned motors on them, and they're all axle drive as well. And when I connect them together, they just run beautifully as a pair, and they actually crawl very well. And also I do like the color schemes of the UP color scheme here. So I keep them around. They're nice locomotives. And this set of four locomotives here are my Rios. I love the Rio color scheme as well, especially this one here. I've got the A and B units for each of them, and all these four are Adrian Genesis locomotives, and they run really well. All four of them actually have DCC and sound on them, and so I think one of them has the turbochargers on them, or I think the superchargers on these, and these ones don't. And you can hear the whine as they spool up. Just keep this set in mind as I move through the video. I'll be showing you with some other passenger cars that I will be running with those. All right, and this one here is an Adrian Blue Box SD40-2, and this one I've put in an ESU Loc sound on this one. Now what I'm planning on doing is moving this ESU Loc sound from this one over to the GE-8, and of course I will change the prime mover appropriately as well on that one. Reason I'm doing that is because, again, I have a hard time tackling the radiuses on my layout with this triple axle trucks on these ones. Okay, coming over here, I have some switchers. This is a Broadway Limited switcher, CN Rail. One thing unique about this one, it's actually DCC and sound. but it has that feature where the back EMF on the motor influences the notching on the sound of the DCC decoder. So as it starts to climb up an incline and the motor starts to feel some additional strain and back EMF is generated, is increased, it'll automatically notch up the sound on the prime mover. And so it sounds really amazing as it's going by itself. And as it actually starts to come down an incline, it will automatically notch down as well. That's a unique feature by Broadway. This one here is a Bowser locomotive. It's a Baldwin V1000, I believe, and it runs pretty well. And it's also DCC in sound. I believe this one is a Digitrax sound decoder on it. And that one is a simple little switcher by Bachmann. It's really a tank. I've had it for years and years now, and I put a ton of miles on it, and it still keeps going. I service it and put it back on the track, and away it goes. And there is the dummy I was referring to before. And what you see here, a bunch of tank cars. And they are all, as you can see, they got the European couplers on them. So these are all Fleischmann and Roco. Roco tank cars. I have a lot more of them below, but I run these quite frequently with some of these steam locomotives or these diesels over here. And I've got a small, I think it's a 40 ton Allen roundhouse switcher, a GE switcher, and also at the back is a Bachmann track cleaner. All right, over here are those passenger cars I was referring to that I run the Rios with. They're beautiful, they're hard to get, they seem to get picked up as soon as they put on sale anywhere. So I was lucky enough to get this set here. And these have two observation cars, a mail car, a restaurant car, and a regular coach. And I run those with these Rios over here, the Class A and the Class Bs. Okay, so that's what I have up here in my collection. I do have a few more that I can share with you later on in the bottom section here, which is mostly rolling stock and locos and stuff, but I'll share that with you in my next video. So I hope you enjoy that. Leave your comments in the comment section. Any thoughts, ideas, views, I'd love to see them. Thank you.